Katie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an Am I the Asshole video, and we are doing weddings part 1. So I'm going to do 2 different posts. We're going to read through them, decide whether they are the asshole or not. Okay, this first one is called Am I the Asshole for Telling My Friend, 32 male, he's out of line for refusing to go to our mutual friend's wedding? Reddit has dubbed that there are no assholes here, but let's see what we think. So a good friend of mine, let's call him Josh, and I, 29 female, are part of a group of friends. We are all invited to a wedding of one of our close friends, Dan, 31 male. Dan has been in a relationship with his soon-to-be wife, Katie, 30 female, for almost 10 years. In the second year of their relationship, she had an affair, it came out, they broke up, and Dan was distraught. Nearly 8 years later, after a ton of therapy, tears, and talking, they are very happy together and are excited to take the next step. Josh was critical of Katie for a while, but he's great friends with Dan and has always been civil and courteous to her. Now that the wedding invites have been sent out, he suddenly told us he has RSVP'd no. He said he can't stand there and watch 2 people get married when he knows one of them does not respect the sanctity of fully committing to one person. He is a firm believer in once a cheater, always a cheater, and says watching Katie getting married goes against his morals and he has to be true to himself. The others are shocked but have accepted his reasoning, but Dan is very upset. I called Josh and told him he was completely out of line and acting very selfish, and that it was not the bride's job to ensure everyone approves of all of her actions in life. I asked him to please reconsider and that it would mean the world to Dan to have him there. Now Josh is also pissed at me for not having his back. I'm a bit worried if I'm the asshole for not respecting Josh's morals and getting involved. So we're gonna read some comments. This one says, not the asshole. Josh is not required to attend any event he doesn't want to. You were fine reaching out once, but now you need to drop it. To be honest, this is going to end the friendship between Josh and Dan regardless of whether Josh ends up attending. Not many people will stay in a friendship with someone who doesn't respect their spouse or their marriage. Don't get in the middle. It has nothing to do with you. This comment says, going with no assholes here, although I'm not 100% sure on that. Josh is absolutely allowed to have his own morals and not attend a wedding he doesn't support. I'm not entirely sure, though, why he's choosing now to make his opinion known, since the cheating seemed to happen years ago and the couple seemed to work through things. He seems to be judging the relationship by what happened 8 years ago, and not what they've been building since then. He does seem like a judgmental a-hole, but again, he's allowed his opinions and feelings. As for you, yes, it's not your business, but as long as you just reached out once to try to talk to him civilly to attempt to change his mind is okay. As many people say on this sub, it's okay to ask, but not okay to not accept the answer. He gave you his answer, and you need to accept it whether you agree or disagree. If you keep pushing this, it would change the judgment. Please let it go now. And I agree with others. Josh has destroyed his friendship with Dan over this, but that's his decision to make. Someone else said, I agree that the time to protest was when they got back together, not 8 years down the line. And he should have bowed out of the wedding privately and quietly instead of kicking up a fuss in a group chat. And the last comment I'm going to read says, not the asshole, Josh is burning a bridge. A good friend would ask, you sure you want to torch that? You tried? He said, fuck off, so that's that. And it says, also, Josh made his negative comments in a somewhat public space, sending it to 10 people. Your attempt to change his mind was in a private one-on-one conversation. I think you've been as respectful and kind as you could. So, what do you guys think? I think that OP is not the asshole. I would also... I don't know. I'm not going to say no assholes here. I'm just going to say not the asshole. Okay. The next post is called, Am I the Asshole for Not Knowing Wedding Gifts Apparently Have Expiration Dates Now? Reddit has dubbed this person the asshole, but let's see what we think. So a few years back, my wife and I got married. Her brother, who works for a major U.S. airline, gifted us 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere in the 48 U.S. states So no Alaska, no Hawaii. There was never anything said about how long we had to use them, and in fact it clearly said in the card, whenever you both want, all he needed was 1 month notice. Since that time, he has been promoted many times in the airlines union, is the airlines union representative and one of the long people employed at this airport for his company. We just recently asked if we could sub 2 round tickets. That was the gift for 1 round trip for a friend of ours who was looking to move back here, 6 months before we needed the tickets. He now tells us not only can he not give us our wedding present, but cannot get any ticket. This, of course, is after his trips to California and Florida. So I said, that's cool, cash at me $1,600, the price of 2 round trip to Vegas where wifey and I would have gone, and then never talked to us again. He then bashed me and his sister, my wife, to the rest of the family, and now I am the asshole for expecting he actually give my wife and I our gift. So as a wedding gift, my brother-in-law gave me and my wife a really nice offer to use this employee benefit that would get us 2 free flights sometime. We didn't take him up on his offer for years and years. Now we decided we would regift his offer to a friend. He unfortunately no longer has the ability to get tickets anymore as his job changed. I flew off the handle, demanded an exuberant amount in cash, and threatened to never speak to him again. Ha! You're the asshole. Another commenter says, so years ago he offered you 2 tickets which you never used. Now you want to have him pay for someone else's plane tickets and he tells you he can't do that. So you demand $1,600 and no further contact of your wife's brother. You're entitled, not that bright if you think this was a good idea, and you're the asshole. Another commenter says, you're the asshole. You chose not to use the gift in a timely manner. You were further a bit of a jerk by asking him to fly your friend instead. Your brother-in-law was trying to give you and your wife a vacation, not make it easier for someone he didn't know to move. You were also ridiculously out of line asking for $1,600 for something that was way below that in value. Someone commented to that, the whole we want to exchange it to regift it to someone else is why he's the asshole. He then put icing on the cake by demanding $600. And the last comment I'm going to read says, you're the asshole. You're not entitled to a gift, and besides, times change. Your brother-in-law's airline may have a policy to not allow free flights for employees. Though that's a bit of a stretch, it is possible. And someone commented to that, but OP gave his brother an amazing gift when he said he'd never speak to him again. So, I do think this person is an asshole. I think it's entitled to... I mean, waiting so long isn't entitled, but the asking if they could change it to a ticket for their friend, that was the entitled asshole. And then to go on and, demand $1,600 and say, never speak to me or my wife again, that's an asshole move. So, yeah. What do you guys think about these 2 posts? Do you think they're the assholes or not? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.